Hey everybody, welcome back. I don't know why I'm doing this now. It's very late. I'm filming very late. It's the end of the week, it's the end of the day. It was a good day, but yeah, a busy one. I guess I just want to talk to you, and this video, I already know the title. It's Thriving While Surviving. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So September is always a month of accomplishments or successful beginnings of things. Well, I kind of see it as my month of breakthroughs when it comes to my tarot practice. Starting it, I remember I started studying the tarot on a much more deep level in the month of September. I believe it was September 1st, actually, when I decided to stop being a performing dancer and going full time for teaching dance, which now I know is much more fulfilling for me. Also, during the month of September, something that happened to me was finding deity. That happened last year. And then what happened this year is I got my driver's license while having a pretty hefty fear of driving, by the way. Yeah, I've been taking driving lessons for almost a year. I started last year, and I mean, I'm talking September, it's the month of October now, it's the month of my birthday, and the month of Halloween, and Samhain, I guess. Samhain. Different regions say that differently. Anyway, I'm definitely celebrating all of that. But most of the things I'm saying, the breakthrough things happened in the month of September. I think it was the month of August, so a little before I got my license, I bought myself a camper van. I'm not going to show you a picture of it, but I am going to show you this toy van that my dad gave me. It is a Volkswagen, um, and it doesn't exactly look like this one, but it's one of those series. Must say mine is a little tougher and rougher, but yeah, this is a little lucky toy that I now have in my home. The day I got my actual license, I went to visit my mom, who doesn't live in Amsterdam. I didn't take my camper van because I still have a lot of things I feel to figure out. So I decided to take a small car, which is also, I mean, accessible to me. Yeah, a small car. And that went much more smoothly, I'm sure. So I visited my mom. The funny thing is, I kept it a secret from her. I turned 35, right, this month. I thought I was going to remain a person that doesn't drive, just because I never really saw it as a necessity. Living in Amsterdam, so used to taking trains and public transport, etc., until I decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And I was so scared. I had anxiety, I had some panic stuff, and just lots of sweating. It's very comfortable. It was a good time. Glad that's over, but there's still a lot of stress in the body, and it's very tiring driving at the moment. But it'll be fine. Yeah, and I'm kind of enjoying it already. Yeah, I was listening to Danova the other day while driving, so that was fun. I can sing along, put on my own music. It's cool, it's good. I kept it a secret from my mom because I thought she had the same idea as I had, that I would probably never drive. So when I came up to her house, her home, in that little car, and just phoned her and said, "Look, I'm downstairs, let's go do something," she thought that I came by public transport. But I did not. She was very surprised. It was perfect. It was that thing, that moment that I had envisioned a year ago, thinking, I'm going to surprise my mom with this. That all went very smoothly. And many things these days are going very smoothly for me. Yeah, I mean, it's not just all happening. I put in the work, right? And the intention and the energy, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the outcome and just the whole process is so good, and it doesn't go without obstacles and just failures along the way. But still, in the end, it's good, is what I'm trying to say. So I wasn't able to show her my beautiful van. I just showed her pictures, and that was good. That was good. That was fun. Another fun thing is doing the numerology thing. This is my chariot year, and I'm gonna make a video about just that, probably in December, something like that. I already have my footage and I'm gonna talk over it. The footage is hilarious. You'll love it. Doggy's in it, so Doggy's featured in it, and it shows Amsterdam and just fun things. In my chariot year, I finally got over, or am in the process of getting over, the fear of driving. It's not just about like being in a chariot or being the chariot. There's also other things, as I said, that are going very well. What I'm saying, the title Thriving While Surviving definitely is about, I'm doing it, but I'm kind of scared. I'm still kind of scared. I get nervous. Apart from that, everything else is just great. Also, the fact that the dance classes that I give this year, I am the one in charge on some of them. That's all I'm going to share for now, but that also started in September. So September is, of course, the beginning of the school year. That's why, of course, many things happen in September, but still, it's a significant month for me, apparently. So yeah, cat's out of the bag. Last video already, I know I said it. It's my birthday in the month of October, so I'm a Libra, finally. All those comments asking me, and I know they're still gonna come. It's okay, it's fun. All those comments on YouTube asking me, what's your sign? Are you a Sagittarius? I feel a lot of Scorpio. I feel, I almost kind of want to say, yeah, I am a Sagittarius. Yeah. I am a Gemini. How did you know? So good. How did you know? But no, I'm a Libra. Isn't that boring to be a Libra? It's the only sign out of the 12 that isn't something that's alive. I'm an object. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk tarot decks. This baby has been my favorite, okay? Just a Halloween tarot. I'm having a blast. It's coming with me everywhere. I took it to my mom. I read with it when my mom visited me here. We're both Libras, so we had to celebrate our birthdays together. I read with this every day. It's just my go-to. I did my Patreon readings with the Halloween tarot. I just love it. I just love this deck. It's a hug deck. It is a hug deck. You just saw the 10 of Swords, 10 of Bats. Nobody gets stabbed in this deck, even though it is creepy, spooky Halloween, the one night where the world is turned upside down, right? So cool. It's just very, very enjoyable, and it's soft and it's sweet and it's funny, and I enjoy using this every year because I only use it maybe end of September, whole month of October, and then after Halloween, after Son, I'm done with it. It goes back into the box onto the shelf, and then I don't touch it for a whole year. So usually with the way I see tarot decks, I would say, well, that deck needs to go. I'm culling it. Except that I love this one so much. It's really, it does have a purpose. It does have a place in my collection. And not just for me, for clients as well, right? As I said. What am I trying to say? Yeah, it's like I have a new deck every year. Because even though I read with it every year, I don't read it with it long enough to really know it. So every year, it's a surprise. What actually is this deck? what does the Seven of Bats look like? I didn't remember this face. You know what I mean? This is Judgment. The best tower card ever, probably. I don't know. Just a haunted house. The person who made this, just well done. Well done. I actually really, really recommend this deck. Yes. To people who have read for years, just to have fun and see actually the depth in this deck. There's a lot of hidden astrological symbols and planets. And I mean, they really did well with this. Nine of Ghosts is, I feel like, a card in this deck that I use as an example. Instead of cups, we get ghosts. Now, cups, of course, are inanimate objects, even though they represent the heart, love, relationships, feelings, intuition. But here they are living dead. So, not zombies, but ghosts. So, dead, alive, all of that. But you see, it makes me think about the card that this was based on, which is Pixie's Rider-Waite-Smith, Nine of Cups. We see a person very proud of themselves, alone, with 9 cups, waiting for people to join him, right? Here, the person is not alone. So it brings this whole other dimension to the meaning of the card. It still means the same thing. It's still the 9 of Cups. But here with 9 ghosts, the party already started. And it's just so sweet. Again, I don't know. I really enjoy this deck. This year more than others. It's because of Tarot Throwback. I'm just gonna blame this all on Mistress Ray. And I'm enjoying it. Don't worry. It's because of Tarot Throwback and of how ready I was to dive back into childhood, the whole nostalgia thing. I've been watching series and movies and even reading books that I used to enjoy as a kid or as a teen. I think I realized why that is, why I'm enjoying that so much at the moment since summer. Is because so many big changes are happening in my life, so many big adult important things. I'm all for that, right? It's a type of emancipation, growing. Oh, finally, I'm an adult at age 35. But they're big things, big steps, most of them unexpected, yet in hindsight, not at all. I've been preparing myself for years, but they're happening now. And to kind of soothe the big stress that does come with all of that and the big responsibility that I have to admit I love, but also once you have it, you're stuck with it, right? You can't take it back. So it's a one-way street. You have it, and then you better just make the best out of it. You know what I mean? All of that makes me want to just fall back into a soft place, a place of fuzzy love, hugs, and alone time and relaxing and feeling safe, that whole thing. And the Halloween Tarot absolutely has that vibe. What can I say? I bought myself by accident because it was on sale and I was buying a gift for someone else. I bought myself a book for teenagers. Now, guess what caught my attention? It's called The Witch's Hotel. Anna van Praag, pretty sure this is a Dutch author. I read this pretty quickly, obviously. It's meant for kids, teenagers. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure if this is translated in any other language, but you can look that up, right? There's this mystery thing that's happening, and it's cool because I immediately saw in, let's see, some of the chapters that actually it's teaching the reader what the Wheel of the Year is and what the moon phases mean and what typical, I don't want to say typical, but Wiccan witches, because it is more Wicca based, what Wiccan witches usually celebrate. This is actually one of the chapters. There's also Midsummer Night. There's another one called Mabon or Mabon. The only thing is, though, look, it's not like it was pure poetry or a great, incredible, life-changing book. But it was cool. The ending, though, I did not understand that. It was written so quickly, it feels. The story just stopped. The story just ended. We had this whole character development and this whole mystery that then was so underwhelming in the end. I might give it to someone who might be interested in Wicca or witches or witchcraft, and then the real deal, although there are some fantasy things in here as well, of course. Basically, it's a Wicca teaching disguised as a children's novel. The whole book was pretty good. It was entertaining. There were moments I didn't want to put it down. But then in the end, the last chapter, I turned into that horrible woman from America's Next Top Model. What's her face? Tyra Banks. I looked at the book and just thought, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. It's the ending. I thought we were going to get answers, and we actually didn't. The thought that's going through my mind right now is, or am I just dumb? Maybe. Anyway, that was one of the books I read this month. There's this other thing that I received as a gift. It's finally, I have it. The Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valenza. So it actually is as good as they say, guys. I almost got myself the Deviant Moon Tarot, but it didn't happen. It just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like my deck. I have the Triomphe della Luna Paradoxical, which I, as you know, adore. Apparently, some of you viewers are now hoping that I won't mention that deck in videos. I mean, dream on. It does explain what each card means, but I'm still in the beginning where he's writing about Boogeyman Island, what he left as offerings, as gifts to the gatekeepers of beautiful cemeteries that he visits for inspiration. It's the beginning at least is as good as they say. I don't know what else is in here because I'm just reading it, not front to back, obviously. But gorgeous gift, obviously. So very, very happy with that. Now, another deck that I love to use this month is the Polka, which you've seen in last month's video. In case you haven't seen it, I suggest go and watch it, because one of the best thing about this deck is the court cards. Well, that video is all about court cards, and I show them all, and it's so good. Yeah, really, really fell in love with the Polka Tarot. I'm also using Secret Poker Oracle, and this other deck that was kind of a surprise to me even, apart from all the regular decks, is actually, what's it called? The Druidcraft. Yeah, I've been so into this deck for a hot minute. It's probably because of the green, the nature of this deck, and as we get more and more actual autumn, I feel less attracted to this deck. But what's that term? Indian summer? During that period of time and a little bit after that, this is what I wanted. Now, I started a video a couple weeks ago, but unfortunately, dear Clancy let me down. Clancy is my camera, named after the Midnight Gospel guy. The video was I pull out my spooky decks, or the decks that I use for fall, and I shuffle them and I see what type of readings or messages or energy they bring me. Yeah, I know, great idea, but it's not going to happen now, okay? But the card that I got for the Druidcraft is Cornunos, so this is the equivalent of the Devil card, at least it's Arcanum number 15. And it kind of threw me off because I totally forgot how to read this card. Because I remember it's different from the Devil card. And Cornunos, I have the book here, the big book, is the Lord of the animals, the wild herdsman and hunter. Before him, two lovers sleep as the sun sets. This card represents the raw power of the instinct and of nature, and also the dangers of delusion and excess, but offers the potential for achieving both freedom and abundance. And it teaches us how to live effectively in the material world without becoming trapped by the glamour and illusion offered by a world obsessed with wealth, status, sexuality, and violence, etc., etc. Then it also says this card shows the call to awaken to responsibility. So all hefty stuff, but makes sense for the devil still. And I like that. Now, I think what I got out of it, intuitively and kind of what I know of Cornunos, it's just about understanding our own nature, every aspect of it. So virtues, sins, and everything in between and around it, and then still acting responsibly. And a way to do that, indeed, is to not let ourselves be distracted. Rather, seek the knowledge of the trees, the stones, the earth, the sky, the sun, the moon. It's a nature type deck, right? And it shows Great Britain, England, which I still feel connected to. I can't really put my finger on it, but something attracts me to England and the Druidcraft deck. So I never got to go on my Stonehenge pilgrimage and, well, all the other stuff I was gonna do right before the lockdown. But I am going to do that one day. And when I do, I'll bring this deck and the Wildwood, and I'll be happy little explorer. I think that's it. I hope this was a nice moment that you were able to share with me. It's now 10:30 and it feels like 11:30, so I'm just gonna go to bed. This was a tarot before bed episode for sure. And yeah, I'm glad I was able to put all of this in one video and just talk to you and show you some of the decks that I've been enjoying, some books I've read. I mean, it was kind of a mishmash of things, but again, I kind of like just talking to you, and I feel you enjoy that as well. Just anything tarot, right? If you want to see something tarot and magic, then that would be my Patreon. I'm glad I finally got to share some personal things that happened thriving while surviving. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, and I just want to say we're doing good. Yeah, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all very soon, next week. Bye.